Now from the top, make it drop. That's some wet ass pussy. Macaroni in a pot. That's some wet ass. Hi. Ding dong. Exactly. Certified freak 7 days a week. Hi Passion, hi Jam, ding dong. Okay, yeah, let me get the full lyrics. WAP lyrics. There's some hoes in this house. Wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy. Okay, I can't I don't think I can read all the lyrics. Ding dong, merrily and high. Santa Bobby. I'm coming down your chimney with my tits out. That's my favorite Christmas song. Y'all, today is a weird day. That's all. I don't know what to stream. I am very low energy. I just had lunch. And I just don't know what to do. So here I am. Hello. I'm really selling today's stream. Your taxi's GPS had the Brinty Sprees Nicki Minaj voice the other day. Oh my god. I don't even remember what that would sound like. So that's fun. Yeah, Jam was ready for the wet ass pussy to continue. I get it. I understand. It is lunchtime. It may be for you. It's 5 p.m. for me. Well, I had lunch like roughly an hour ago. Yeah. You ate my sandwich? Is that why I had to have rice and tuna and a salad? And you're starving. What's for lunch today, Jam? Rice and tuna. Tuna like Luna. Exactly. You have no clue. Aw. Well, you better figure it out. What are you having for lunch, Passion? Surely my sandwich wasn't enough. My tuna sandwich. A tuna sandwich does sound lovely. I do like a tuna sandwich. I think I had a tuna sandwich when I went to the hospital. Well, that makes it sound dramatic. I just went to my check-in appointment last week. You don't like tuna? Ooh, curry. or Subway. Oh, Passion will sell you on Subway like no other. Although, I will say, I haven't been to Subway that often. One time I went, the employees were so rude, just like no shade, but there was no line, and they were acting as if there was like the longest line. Just like, okay, get it over with. Like, okay, it's my first time, bitch. I don't know what I'm gonna get. Like, I don't know how this works even. But anyway, the one time I had gone, the employees were like rude as hell. But then this last time I went, like months ago, they were like super kind and like sweetsy and cutesy and demurtsy. So yeah. Maybe you will get the Subway. It's cheaper than the pork. That's fair. Yeah, it was lovely. I went with my mom at the time, and we got like the big one at like 30 centimeter or something like that. I forget. It was like so long, and I was like, well, I don't know, maybe that might be too much. And then the girlie was like, but what if the half is too little? And we were like, oop, it was too much. It ended up being too much, but you know, we ended up, I'm pretty sure I ate my full one. Or did I? Wait, I actually don't remember. I think I may have eaten half of mine. No. Because I think what it was we asked for 2 different ones. And then we broke it in half. And then we were going to have a half of each of the sandwiches. And I actually don't remember this fully, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't make the story more interesting. But I ended up having like, I think, a full one and my mom's half, because it ended up being too much, so we ended up wrapping up each, like a half of each of the sandwiches to take home. And then like once we got home later that day, I ended up eating bofa. So there's that. But it was lovely. And the cookies, you know, the cookies were fine. But yeah, the sandwich was juicy. Anyway, not sponsored, but you know, Subway is a juicy option. It's a cute option. So there's that. So how are y'all doing? So how are y'all doing? I hope you had a good week. I'm gonna go see Wicked on Tuesday. Very excited about that. But yesterday was very much an off day. As in, I have no idea how I spent my entire day. And that's the absolute truth. The day just sort of got ahead of me. I don't know. How's New York treating you, Passion? I did catch you on Pokemon Go. No, I did catch you on Johnny's stream the other day. And it seemed very crowded. Because, like, people were out and about for, like, the for like Christmas markets and stuff. But everything seemed lovely. So I hope you're having a good time. But yeah, I genuinely had no idea and still have no idea what today's stream will entail. I'm here because I said I was gonna be here, okay? But the contents of the stream are to be determined, okay? As per today's title. So there's that. We're just gonna feel it out and we're just gonna like figure it out together, and it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a moment in time for us all. So yeah, still haven't filmed the Ko-Fi video. I might do that tomorrow. I might have to do that tomorrow. Because I did say I was going to have it up by the end of the week, before the end of the week, and it's Friday. And I didn't think to record that before today's stream. I'm actually just remembering now that I made a mental note to not work out today so I would have extra time to get ready and to like film, but I just remembered the plan now. So there's that. I'm just so good at all of this, you know. I'm just so good at content creation and having things ready on time and like prepared in advance, and exciting things going on all the time, you know. I'm just so good like that, you know. So there's that. Wow, the way sometimes I just show up to a stream and it's like I've never had a thought in my brain. I've never had an idea of anything to do, to talk about, to say anything, and I just sort of am here and I'm like, well, what now? And I just sort of and nothing really comes out. So that's cool. Ain't that fun? I love to fun. Apparently, except for on stream, because, you know, this isn't fun for anyone involved, I'm sure. Wow. What a time. What a time we're all having here on this day. Oh no. I made a mistake. Okay. I accidentally clicked on top chat, which I don't know what that really means. But I would rather do the live chat, because I don't trust an algorithm to tell me what messages I should be prioritizing. So yeah. Ooh. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And I also don't want to do kind of like a look back at November, because that's kind of what I'm going to be doing in the video I'm about to make for Ko-Fi. Oh, okay. Actually, I just remembered something that I wanted to talk about. people who always have something negative to say about stuff. Like, I don't really use Discord too much, okay? Let's begin there. And I'm in people's Discords because, why not? And whenever I run out of things to, whenever I get bored of mindlessly scrolling through social media, sometimes I make the mistake of going into people's Discords and checking what people are saying. And sometimes people just piss me off. And even sometimes on social media, it's like it's this like constant. Well, with social media, it's different because it's almost like I see a brand of people who want to stay a part of a particular fandom, but they keep complaining about every single thing that is done within that fandom, if that makes sense. So let's say, for example, I'm gonna have to use an example from something that I actually haven't seen. Actually, I don't give a fuck, actually. So I scroll on my timeline. The rare occasion, well, it's not that rare, but I try to avoid Twitter these days. I don't really post on there anymore. But sometimes I do scroll, and I see people who are like within like the Dead by Daylight or like Overwatch, stuff like that kind of fandom, and like literally I know nothing about those games anymore. I don't really follow any like official accounts. Like once I stopped playing, once I stopped caring about those games, I kind of stopped caring about anything involving them, I guess. But every time there's some sort of update, every time there's some sort of patch, every time there's some sort of thing, new content, whatever, like there's this wave of people who like, we used to commensurate, is that the word, over the fact that we didn't like fuck with those games. But now it's like every time there's something, like there's something negative to say about it. Every time something comes out, every time there's an update, every time there's a thing, there's like a wave of negativity about how bad it is, about how it's not good, about how it could be better, about all these different things. And to that point, I'm just like, at what point do you just like get a new hobby? Like at what point do you just like stop? Like how far do you have to go until you like find a new fucking game to play? You know what I mean? Because it's like nobody's forcing you to play Overwatch. Nobody's forcing you to play Dead by Daylight. Nobody's forcing you to play Fortnite or The Sims or fucking Final Fantasy or I don't fucking know, Dragon Age. I'm like just listing things. You don't have to play anything. You know, you don't even have to play video games, actually. You can just like read a book. You can like watch YouTube videos. You can like get into like a new anime or something, or like you can rewatch your favorite reality show from 2005 that's only available in 5-minute parts on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to partake in stuff that you don't like, and to me it's such a weird thing that people do. And like I get the whole thing of like, well, I enjoy the game and I complain about it because I want it to be better. But how long are you gonna fucking complain until you realize the game is just not for you, and that they're never gonna make anything that you like because you're never pleased with anything that they make, and you're just like wasting your time. You're wasting everybody's time when you're posting endless negative takes about it, when you literally don't have to be playing that game and you could just like close it, uninstall it, and literally do anything else with your life. Like, what is that? Like, what is that? Is it like you're stuck in a comfort zone and you're just there because you don't know, like you're just, because you kind of like the negativity. You like having something to shit on every once in a while. Like, what is that? What is that? I don't understand. It's like such a like weirdo. It's not weirdo, but it's like weird energy. It's like, why are you constantly complaining? Like, you don't have to play it. You know what I mean? Like, if the lore is bad, I don't fucking know. I actually don't know anything about these games. Messy Betsy, hello. Toxic relationship, absolutely. It's almost like, could you imagine, like, it's as if I had like a viewer come in and they watched every single one of my streams and they were complaining about something about my streams every single time. They were like, oh, your lighting is weird today. Oh, your mic is weird. Oh, why aren't you playing that game? Why aren't you playing this game? Why are you playing this game this way? Why, like, girl, shut up. Like, you don't have to watch me then. Like, if I don't do anything the way you want me to, then you literally don't have to watch. You know what I mean? Like, it's this, like, it's so weird. And I'm starting to get that when like something is like popular. Let's say like everyone's watching Wicked, and there has to be that one person in like in a Discord or a group chat or a fucking like social media post where they're like, well, just as I expected, trash, when everyone else is like praising it. Like, okay, like who the fuck asked? You know what I mean? Like, you see everyone's having a good time with it. You literally don't have to say anything. You literally just like, you can watch it and be like, okay, not for me, but I'm not gonna like you can do whatever you fucking want, of course, but it's just like you just, honestly, it gives loser. It's giving loser behavior, because it's like, I just scroll on social and it's like, for the most part, especially on Blue Sky, it's like I'm following people who like talk about what they like. And so obviously there's room for critique on social media, you know, when it comes to like politics, when it comes to like commentary on serious topics, things and issues and concerns with like the gaming industry, or if a game that you're looking forward to happens to do something that is problematic, or you know what I mean, like there's room for commentary. But at what point do you just like stop in your tracks and think like, okay, maybe I stop playing this game that I keep talking shit about? maybe I get another hobby. And also it's like, because I feel like, especially, I don't know if it's a streamer thing, I don't know if it's because I'm so in like gaming spaces, but I feel like sometimes people feel the need to be like, oh, I can only be in a voice chat with people if we're playing a game. You don't. If everybody in the call is having not a good time playing Fortnite, why the fuck are y'all playing Fortnite? Just literally hang out. You don't have to play a video game together if everybody fucking hates it. Like, although I do wonder if sometimes it's one of those things where like people, like your group of friends is always getting together to play a specific game, but you hate that fucking game, but you love the people, so you're like, I guess in order for me to be invited to their hangouts, I guess I must partake in this too. But even that is like, you can just like schedule like a hangout without the games, and it's also okay to miss out on those hangouts where they're, you know, playing a game that you hate. Like, if you're not gonna have a good time, then why attend? But yeah, I don't understand that, you know, especially also when it's like an empty negativity, where it's like you're not doing really constructive criticism, you're just criticizing. Like, I just recently saw somebody be like, oh, you know, the Wicked movie was just as I expected, like, not my thing, not great, whatever. And I'm like, okay, then why did you fucking go see it? If you were expecting it to not be good, why pay? Like, movie tickets aren't cheap. Why Like, why did you go out of your way just to be like, well, just as I thought, trash? Like, okay, that's not gonna help anybody. That's not gonna make me want to talk to you about it because you're just being like negative. You're just being a negative Nancy about it and just being a downer and a joy kill about it. Like, it's one thing if it's like a constructive thing, you know, and like there's a constructive conversation, like, oh, you know, yeah, like I understand why you liked that, but for me, like, this specific thing didn't do it, or, you know, I didn't like this specific thing about it, or, you know, or just like, I don't know, I don't think this is gonna be for me, so I'm just not gonna go see it. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be part of the conversation, especially when all you're gonna contribute to it is like a turd. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Anyways, I guess people are just exhausting. I guess that's the main takeaway. Anyway, how are you, Messy Betsy? I hope that you're having a good day. Today is a weird day. Let me say that. I don't know what to do. I'm just sort of talking about literally anything that jumps into my brain. And yeah. So I hope you're having a good one. I need to stop opening social media on stream and like mindlessly scrolling. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea at all. So there's that. I need to figure out a way to add editing into my routine, because right now, especially on a stream day, my routine is like it's not like timed, and it's not like super precise to the minute, but it kind of is. It's like I wake up, I have breakfast, I allocate like an hour to like breakfast and to kind of wake up and to just catch up on things, and then like I allocate an hour to working out, I allocate 1 hour to shower and like cool down and, you know, get ready, and then I allocate an hour to like eating, and sometimes the hour in which I'm eating and the hour in which I need to be getting ready for stream, they kind of overlap. So I end up doing like half an hour for eating, half an hour for getting ready. And then after the stream, I just don't feel like doing anything. Except like out of energy. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm also like decompressing. So like the last thing I want to do is like open Vegas Pro after a stream. So the solution is either like I end up I end up waking up like maybe slightly earlier, so that maybe I have like an hour, like I have breakfast, and then I allocate an hour for editing, and then 1 hour for working out, and so on and so forth. By the way, I allocate an hour for showering, but I don't take an hour to shower. It's just like that hour is dedicated to like the cooling down from the workout, you know, hydrating, sitting down for a minute, and then showering, and then relaxing after the shower, slowly getting dressed and getting ready and all and such and so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm thinking it might have to be like a morning thing. I'm thinking it might have to be like a morning thing where I just add an extra hour to like my pre-stream routine. Oh, good luck with that, me. Because I really do need to like edit stuff just for, people to find me in the shorts feed and, other platforms, and also like videos outside of streams. That would also probably help. But I can't get myself to do it. And even like on a day like yesterday, sometimes like I just don't feel like doing anything. And so it's like, well, well, shit. Here I am. So yeah, I'll have to figure something out. 'Cause like once I start a puzzle piece in my routine, then it's like locked down. Like right now, even if it's like, obviously I don't always wake up at the exact same time, but the routine is like down. Like I get it. Like I wake up, I do all the steps, I do all the things, like everything in sequence. Like it just works. And like adding more to that puzzle, like my brain sometimes is like can't comprehend that, or like, wait, I have to adapt, I have to change my routine. Ew. So it's like it does take a minute for me to like overthink it, get to some sort of conclusion, try it out, and then see how I feel about it, It's so funny because like when I'm sort of far like this from the camera, I guess the highlights don't pick up as much. Lighting, am I right? But yeah, that's mainly what's been on my mind recently, like feeling guilty about like not editing enough of anything, and liking and wanting to like make separate like standalone videos. And I love that in theory, but in practicality I'm like, bitch, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. Like when I say like, I mean like stuff that's not edited from like streams or something like that, like just like a standalone video that has nothing to do, that isn't like recycled from like a stream or whatever. But yeah, sometimes I watch people and I get inspired, but then I'm like, I don't know how I would even get started, and it sounds like a lot of work to do that, and so there's that. Although I will say this is the second time excuse me, this is the second time a Friday stream has been messy. So I don't know if the problem is in the day of the week. I don't know if the problem is like just the lack of a plan, and so when I arrive at a stream that I don't have anything to account for, I just sort of like unravel and I don't like really do anything. I think the thing is like, I don't think my channel and my presence isn't like, I can't afford to like show up and not have a plan and just sort of rely on kind of like a chat back and forth. You know what I mean? I sort of have to like come prepared with like things to say and like things to do, because if not, then I can't just like rely on the sort of improv of it all, of like just showing up and making something work, because oftentimes it's like I'm like belly flopping. Like, you know what I mean? I just like sort of like fall in a pool and I just sort of like, and I'm just sort of drenched and there's really nowhere to go from there, you know? So yeah, but it's interesting because like off the top of my head I'm just sort of like, I don't know if I feel like playing Metaphor again, because I already played it twice this week, so I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to do more of that today. But then I'm like, okay, demos, I kind of want to save that for Sunday. So then I'm just sort of like, then what do I do today? It's not like I have like a kind of like a throwaway game, or like a game that I just sort of pick up when I'm bored, or like when I have nothing else to like really look forward to or something. And I know that I could be doing Assassin's Creed, but I don't know. It hasn't been like calling to me lately. So there's that. So there's that. But yeah, it's interesting. And it can be a little like demoralizing. Like sometimes trying to figure out what to do and trying to find something that you're interested in and that you also think other people will be interested in, and something that could be like fun and juicy. Because oftentimes for me, there is like a disconnect. And I actually journaled about this the other day, not to get like vulnerable, but I kind of have a difficult time connecting with people, and I think like at the same time getting people to connect with me, because I like. And it's interesting because I feel like I put myself out there as far as like I stream like 4 times a week, and I post on socials, you know, like I don't post every hour or every other minute, and I'm not streaming every single day, and you know, I'm not doing the most, but I'm there. And it like obviously I don't think just being there is enough. But a part of me is also like, I think I've conditioned myself over the years to like, you know, due to years of flopping on various platforms and various endeavors, I've sort of, all of that has sort of rewired my brain into just assuming that nothing that I really have to say is interesting, or nothing that I'm going to do is going to resonate with people, and people are going to be interested in, and people are going to want to click on, and all that stuff. Like, and that is a very, I would say, terrible mindset if you're trying to like be a content creator. Because I do think, and I think I had so much of this, and I think too much, to the point where like if I am to watch like old videos and stuff, I would cringe. But I did, I don't want to like be that person where I'm like, you know, yearning for, you know, how things were back in the day. But like when I did start, like there was a level of delusion as far as like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make that, and you know, like I didn't think like, oh, this is not gonna get a lot of views, this is not, well, and the interesting thing is like when you start something, you're not expecting it to like do anything, you know what I mean? But once time starts passing and you're sort of like still at the place where you started, or you're at a worse place than when you started, you're just sort of like, so like what now? It's very that, it's like, what now? Especially when it comes to like I think especially when it comes to streaming, and I'm somebody who I yearn for like variety. But at the same time, I found that things that I find interesting and that I find fun, and oftentimes when I want to do them, it doesn't seem to resonate as well with other people. And I don't know if it's a thing of like sometimes I'm not good at like maybe presenting things in a way that sounds interesting to people, or yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I don't know what it is sometimes, but yeah, it's like that weird thing of like, and I don't know if y'all relate in that sense, but it's like, you know, being in a group chat and you're just sort of there and you interact with what other people say, and sometimes you may post a thing of your own and people just sort of glance past it, or you know, people, you know, like you give in your 2 cents and people are like, okay, cool, and then they just keep going with whatever they were doing. So it's almost like you're there, but it sort of feels like you're all kind of like on the sidelines, kind of like watching everyone else have a great old time, when you're just sort of like, yeah, I'm here too, you guys. And it's like, it doesn't seem to register. And it happens, and it has happened in real life as well, where you're just sort of like in a friend group, but you're just sort of like, it's like you're an NPC in the friend group. Like there's like maybe 5 or 6 people there, but you're not like at the core of that. You know what I mean? So like everyone just sort of like makes plans, and you know, you're not always accounted for, or you know, like you're part of the conversation, like you're, you know, smiling and nodding, but you don't really know how to contribute to it in a way that would be interesting for them, or you don't know if what you're gonna say is gonna be as interesting or fun, or whatever the case may be. So sometimes you just like end up like sort of retreating, and you're just sort of like there, but it's like this sucks to feel this way, but it's like you're there, but it feels like things would be the same if I wasn't there. You know, like me being there isn't really a like deterring factor of like, you know, it's like, you know, it's like those people who are like, oh, they get invited for a thing and they're like, oh, if my friend doesn't go, I won't go. And it feels like if I don't go, like people are just like, okay, I'll go though. Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter if I don't go. Like it doesn't matter if I'm not there. And this is just like generalized. This is a generalization because, you know, obviously I do feel supported and seen by a select amount of people. A very specific amount of people. But yeah, it's like, it's weird. And it hits me every so often, but sometimes it's just weird to think of how long I've been at this and how little I've seen back from it. Because oftentimes I see people who are like, oh, we're on our 10th year of this channel and we're celebrating, and like they have all this stuff going on for them. And I'm like, wow, I'm on my 10th year and I'm basically where I was when I started. So that's cool. You know? So that's neat. I'm glad, you know. I'm glad things are working out forever. It like sometimes I think like I'm glad everything seems to be working out for everyone else except for me. Wow, we're getting vulnerable at the function. But yeah, anyways. What a bummer. What a bummer. And this always happens when I don't have a plan. I feel like I've had multiple versions of this exact conversation every single time over the years that I don't have like a plan of like what to do for that stream or anything in specific that I want to talk about, I just always end up like descending into like whatever this is. So yeah, anyways, I am now having an urge to end the stream because I'm like, I don't know what else to do, and I feel like I've already talked too much. So yeah. I think I'm gonna go. I may private this stream after the fact, and I may just like record the Ko-Fi video that I need to post. But yeah, sorry for the weird vibes. Like and subscribe, I guess. Bye.